Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to more WWE 2K15 Universe Mode. My name is Brendan Plays. We are coming off the huge, the epic, and very, very exciting SummerSlam pay-per-view. Of course, if you have not checked out the show, make sure you do go ahead and check out SummerSlam before you go any further in this video, because you will be spoiled. And trust me, SummerSlam was a lot of fun, a lot of good feedback from you guys, appreciate the love, and I really enjoyed SummerSlam, and I thought it turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it, so make sure you do go and check it out. As for this week's Monday Night Raw, the Raw after SummerSlam, it is the New Day, our WWE Tag Team Champions, coming up against Insane Gravity. Tamina Snuka, the woman, or the diva that has been dominating in recent times, comes up against Natalya. The two finalists of the US title tournament will compete this time. Dolph Ziggler, though, he's the United States champion. He comes up against Kane, his opponent. And we have a new tag team of Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. We have a bit of an update on Justin Gabriel in a moment. They come up against the Celtic Thunder. So Kidd and Cesaro have officially teamed up. Seth Rollins and Randy Orton, they have another matchup. Last time they met, the former US champion Seth Rollins defeated, well, the now former WWE champion. And Mr. Money in the Bank, Chris Jericho, is in action. He will face The Rock, the WWE champion, and we will hear from The Rock later on as we check out what happened in our first matchup. The New Day and Insane Gravity, the New Day, our tag champions. They've got the Mickey on Insane Gravity right now. Another victory as Natalya upsets Tamina Snuka, in my opinion. Big victory for Natalya. Kane, he upsets Dolph Ziggler. So our US champion on a great start to his title reign. Seth Rollins upsets Randy Orton. So it is a night of upsets. And now that is, I think, 2 victories in a row for Seth Rollins against Randy Orton. So Seth Rollins, my goodness, he is certainly impressing at the moment. And here comes Cesaro, speaking of an impressive talent. That is certainly Cesaro in a nutshell. And I said a moment ago we have an update on Justin Gabriel. Well, the situation with Justin Gabriel is he has not re-signed with the WWE. His contract was up at the end of SummerSlam. In fact, a number of Raw superstars and SmackDown superstars, their contracts were up at the end of SummerSlam. The majority of them re-signing, but Justin Gabriel not. So we have seen the last of Justin Gabriel perhaps. And now Tyson Kidd, who was a part of the international airstrike with Justin Gabriel, has gone ahead and formed a new tag team with Cesaro. And this should be an exciting new prospect for the tag team division. And this could mean and lead to a lot of big things. Bit of a shake-up for the division. I think that's what we need. And here comes the former WWE Tag Team Champions in their own right. The Celtic Thunder, one half, is Sheamus, the former World Heavyweight Champion as well. He's looking to, I don't know, he and RVD have been they're struggling in recent times. So they're looking to try and get back on the horse. And coming up and beating a new tag team is a pretty good way to do that and derail the momentum of Cesaro and Kidd in their first tag team encounter as a team. So this will be very interesting. I've got my eye on this matchup for sure, but definitely a bit of a major blow for Tyson Kidd. He and Justin Gabriel in recent times, not so great, but they did have quite a lot of highlights, and for a period of time there in the past couple of months, they were very close to getting their hands on WWE Tag Team Championship gold. So I thought they were a pretty impressive tag team over on Monday Night Raw, but Justin Gabriel deciding to leave, and that means that Tyson Kidd has needed to find a new partner. And Cesaro, well, he's been trying to get that United States Championship around his waist. He's been close on occasion, but I guess he's kind of realized that, an early exit out of the United States Championship tournament, he probably thought to himself, look, this solo thing is not quite working for me right now. Let's try and get myself a tag team partner, and we can go at it together. I have somebody watching my back, and it might help me out. I might be able to get Championship gold finally around my waist again, because it has been a long time since Cesaro has really accomplished anything. He is a former United States champion, but it's been over a year since Cesaro has really done anything of note. So he needs to turn it around. He needs a big victory, and coming up and teaming up with Tyson Kidd here tonight could be the start of something special for Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. So a big opportunity for Cesaro here and Kidd as they come up against the former tag team champions of the Celtic Thunder. And like I said, they've been struggling. And the New Day, I thought, in my honest opinion, I didn't think they would beat the Charisma Code. the Code have been very, very good, and Chris Jericho, we do know he's been, dominating in recent times. And Christian returning from injury, I've heard a little bit of a rumor that he's out with a very minor injury, but he will be back probably next week on Raw, so that's why Jericho back in singles action tonight, and we're not seeing Christian in his corner, because Christian just suffering a little bit of a strain at SummerSlam and decided to take the night off. So we'll probably see him back in action better than ever next week. So the Code coming very, very close to winning the tag titles, but of course the New Day were just good enough in the end. So unfortunately for the Charisma Code, they were not able to regain their titles, which means we probably are looking at a new team coming up against the New Day at our next pay-per-view, which of course is Night of Champions. And of course, if you want to get the full lowdown on Night of Champions, check out BrendanPlays.com. You can click on the Night of Champions logo on the right side of the page, and it will take you to the page when we announce some matches and things like that. Everything will be updated on the page. As well as that, I'm also working on a power rankings for the series, so make sure you keep an eye on that. I've posted up on social media this week a bit of a preview of what to expect. So if you know and you are familiar with the Power 25, of course it is in SmackDown vs. Raw 2008 and the previous games before that, I believe. So the power rankings of the Power 25, they still use that, I believe, in the WWE right now. I remember when I was little, I used to always keep an eye on the Power 25. I would check it out every single week. I loved it. So I want to bring that into my universe mode. So I've kind of got the first week down packed. And what I'm going to do is probably a top 10. So a Power 10, I'll probably just call it the Power Rankings. But top 10, top 15. So keep an eye out for that. Make sure you do follow me on Twitter and like me on Facebook to make sure you are up to date with everything. Of course, BrendanPlays.com/forums is also a great place to do that as well. So keep in touch, because a lot of good things are coming along for the series. And of course, if you have been on the website, you would have seen the full match card and match previews for SummerSlam. As well as that, I also had some interviews up. I had a Randy Orton, I had The Rock, and a Bad News Barrett interview up for SummerSlam, and we'll be hearing from The Rock later on. I got a phone call from The Rock, and he got in touch with BrendanPlays.com, and I'll give you the full lowdown of that call that he did make to us later on in the video, so stay tuned for that. We'll hear from The Rock after his big title victory, and as Cesaro tagging in, and Tyson Kidd was sent flying, but an uppercut there has sent Sheamus down. So we also might have a couple little news and rumors coming about, and we might post them up on the website as well. So lots of big things to come on the website. It's a bit of an extra place to go to get more universe mode, to get your universe mode fix. That's the place to do it. So I'm trying to integrate some more stuff there as an uppercut, and he threw him up in the air and just whacked him right on the jaw. That should be enough, but it is RVD getting involved and saving the match for the Celtic Thunder. We almost saw Cesaro and Kidd land their first victory as a tag team, but RVD spoiled the party as Cesaro will now have to contend with RVD as Rob Van Dam picks him back up. Cesaro does manage to counter though, so he's good enough to do that, and it will be very interesting to see how Cesaro does transition into the tag team mix, because when you're a single superstar for majority of your career, I know Cesaro was a part of the Real Americans tag team, and we saw how that turned out. They turned on each other. Cesaro turned on Jack Swagger, and he was fed up. He wanted to go his separate ways. He wanted to be a single star, and he almost became a world champion over on SmackDown. He really elevated himself to something huge on SmackDown. Came over to Raw after a few months of losses, and he started to pick up some steam again, but once again he failed to really amount to anything. Now he's in the tag team division again. Can he finally win championship gold? It'll be very interesting to see, as Rob Van Dam, bit of rolling thunder there. So Cesaro in a lot of trouble. The cover, here it is. The referee's down. A bit of a slowish count, allowing Cesaro to kick out comfortably at 1. So now Cesaro, that uppercut again, and that stiff style of Cesaro, so difficult to contend with. Cesaro and RVD have two completely different styles. So it'll be very interesting to see how this one does pan out. I mean, I guess when you want to compare all there, RVD went for attempted 5-star frog splash, didn't quite connect, didn't get everything off it. Cesaro lucky there just to walk away scot-free there. Nothing really happened there, but the suplex there, that could be enough. Here it is, and Tyson Kidd getting involved again, so lucky for Kidd and Cesaro. So Cesaro flinging RVD into the corner. Now what's Cesaro got planned? Uh-oh, that flying uppercut. And is that enough to put Rob Van Dam away? RVD back to his feet. And unfortunately, we had to skip ahead on this match because it did go 30 minutes long. So we've skipped ahead. And don't worry, you haven't really missed all too much. Just a lot of pinfall breakups after breakups. And there's a beautiful gut-wrench suplex there by Cesaro. The strength of this man is inhuman. Unbelievable strength from Cesaro, as Sheamus trying to stay alive in this match, trying to keep his team in the hunt, as we do know the #1 contendership for the tag titles is certainly on the line in the next coming weeks. The team that does gather the most amount of victories, you would assume, will move their way into that #1 contendership position. Insane Gravity struggling again tonight. They're a brand new tag team on the rise as well. They started off pretty good, but they've struggled since. As Sheamus takes down Cesaro, and now working away and drilling that knee into the midsection of Cesaro. So, wait a minute, Sheamus has got him. Oh, there's a big backbreaker there. He's picked him right up, elevated him quite high, and just drilled the knee into the back of Cesaro. But Sheamus unable to find the 3 count because Tyson Kidd getting himself involved again. So like I was going to say, Insane Gravity started off well and are now slipping away. So there is a new spot available for the taking. We do know the New Day are looking good. The Charisma Co, I don't know, will they go after the tag titles again, or will they maybe pursue singles endeavors? I'm not exactly sure what's going on there. We do know Jericho's in singles action coming up. As Sheamus, that Celtic Cross, there it is! Cesaro planted down. He's in major trouble right now. The ropes could save him, or Tyson Kidd can. So Tyson Kidd saves him, keeps him alive, as Cesaro and Sheamus back to their feet. And wait a minute. That neutralizer, there it is! Cesaro planting him down with a neutralizer, the cover, 2, no, just a kick an interruption at 1, I should say. And I thought for sure Sheamus was down and out, but Cesaro not able to get there. Now comes Tyson Kidd, the tag has been made, a double tag. Here comes Rob Van Dam. What's going to happen here, these 2 high flyers? Tyson Kidd taking down RVD, the cover. 2 and 3, there it is. Tyson Kidd, Cesaro win their first match as a tag team, and that could be the beginning of greatness for this brand new tag team here on Raw. There's some highlights, bit of rolling thunder, some uppercuts, and there it was. Kidd, just flew him over and I guess spun around at the same time. A very unique maneuver from Tyson Kidd, and it was good enough to get the job done. Sheamus just tagged out, so obviously he had nothing in the tank to get back in the ring to break up the count. So really, a very smart decision by Tyson Kidd to hit that maneuver. Pinpoint accuracy, beautiful timing. Very, very good stuff from Kidd. As Kidd and Cesaro, they pick up their first tag team victory as we get ready to move on to our next matchup. But very impressive showing from Kidd and Cesaro, and they could have a bright future ahead. Speaking of a bright future, this man, Chris Jericho, well, he epitomizes the word bright and the future, because he is Mr. Money in the Bank, which means at any time, any place, he can cash in for a WWE WWE Championship opportunity. Still on the last match, I've got to get moving on to the championship at hand. So Chris Jericho, he's in a non-title confrontation with The Rock right here tonight. This is a very interesting encounter, and I don't believe these two... actually, I'll take that back. I think they have met before, but I was going to say Jericho and The Rock, this is a very interesting encounter because right now Jericho, Mr. Money in the Bank, hasn't really competed too much singles-wise. So what kind of condition is Jericho in? Is he going to go after the title very soon? Or is he kind of just, watching on from a distance? Is he keeping a close eye on The Rock, but not getting too close? But tonight, he's in the ring with The Rock. He's in action with The Rock. And speaking of The Rock, we have a little bit of an interview. We spoke to The Rock earlier on today. We had a quick short interview with The Rock. Let's go and see what he had to say about his big title victory at SummerSlam. Last night at SummerSlam, The Rock left the smackdown on Triple H and Randy Orton. Now, this is an open challenge to Randy Orton and Triple H. You want to face The Rock one-on-one? Nuh-uh. It's going to be triple threat because I'm sick and tired of both of you two. You want to settle the differences between you and I? Then go ahead. At Night of Champions, this is a challenge. The Rock versus Randy Orton versus Triple H. Triple threat for the WWE Championship. I'm not back to be a champion. I'm back to make a statement. I'm The Rock's champion. No longer is it about the people, it's about The Rock. And at Night of Champions, there's no bigger stage for The Rock to show the people what they're missing out on. I'm not Triple H's guy, and I'm certainly not the people's guy. I'm The Rock's guy. And now that I have the WWE Championship, it's time to prove that I am the best. And there's no better way to prove that I am the best by beating the top two guys here on Monday night. So what's it gonna be? Triple H, Randy Orton, The Rock, Night of Champions for the WWE Championship. Now, can you smell what The Rock is cooking? Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Rock has issued an open challenge to Randy Orton and Triple H for a triple threat match for the WWE Championship at Night of Champions. That is huge. Will they accept? I think they're going to. So I think we pretty much can confirm Triple H, The Rock, Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. Randy Orton gets his rematch. Triple H gets his revenge. That is going to be huge. It is at Night of Champions, ladies and gentlemen. I can confirm it right now. It is official. The Rock, Triple H, Randy Orton for the WWE Championship. But right now it is Chris Jericho and The Rock, Mr. Money in the Bank. So wait a minute. We could see maybe The Rock, he could come out. He could beat all two of those guys and win the triple threat. But of course, Jericho has that X factor. He has the play in his briefcase to allow him to cash in whenever the hell he wants. It could be tonight, it could be next week, it could be at Night of Champions. We could see Jericho cash in on The Rock and get himself a championship opportunity. So that is huge, ladies and gentlemen. Jericho, well, he could be our next WWE champion just like that. Or, of course, even bigger, he could go over to SmackDown and he could cash in on The Undertaker. Anything can happen in Universe Mode. It's all possible. I did have a few queries on, can Jericho cash in on Taker? Can he cash in on either brand? Yes, he can. But you probably think right now, odds are favorites that he would probably cash in on The Rock if he certainly can beat him here tonight. So if he does beat The Rock here tonight, we could see a new champion pretty soon, if not at Night of Champions. So I'm not exactly sure how to really, interpret The Rock's challenge. It's a very ballsy decision, to say the least. I mean, he's calling out the two biggest dogs here on Raw and challenging them to a match. I guess there's no better way to kind of prove that you deserve to be the champion by doing that. So he wanted to call in. He called into BrendanPlays.com and he said, look, I've got to tell you what I want. I cannot wait. He told us and my mind was blown. I still haven't comprehended it. So there it is. There's a huge match set in stone for Night of Champions, but is The Rock really just digging his own grave? I mean, he doesn't even have to be pinned or submitted to lose the championship. I mean, Triple H could pin Randy Orton and capture the championship. Randy Orton can pin Triple H and capture the championship. But hang on, The Rock is in big, big trouble here. The walls of Jericho, it is applied. The Rock is in huge trouble. Will he tap? Will The Rock tap? I mean, if he taps right now, he will just pull off a really idiotic move because he will just show how vulnerable he is. But Jericho, here we go. 2 and he kicks out at 2.5. The Rock hanging on. Oh my goodness, The Rock just hanging in there. Jericho really testing him right now. And there goes The Rock though, as Jericho sent flying, and that's something that The Rock can use to get himself back in this match, because it is all Jericho right now. There's the spine buster, and it could be the beginning of the end for Chris Jericho. The cover, 2, and he kicks out at 2. Jericho, Mr. Money in the Bank, the WWE Champion, The Rock. no longer the people's champion. He's The Rock's champion. He's not the Authority's champion. It's all about The Rock for The Rock. It's not about trying to please the people. It's all about trying to be the WWE champion and being the best. And he's trying to prove that he is the best by calling out everybody for Night of Champions. And I gotta say, attacking Triple H after... Oh, wait a minute! Oh! Straight through the barricade! The Rock putting it all on the line. Putting his body on the line. Taking down Chris Jericho. And that could be the end of Y2J as both men in the ring. Here we go. Oh, Codebreaker! Out of nowhere! Out of nowhere! It is it! 2 and 3! Wow! You have got to be kidding me! What a sneaky move by Jericho. He gets put through the barricade. He gets himself back in the ring. Just like that. Codebreaker, bang! It's over. Jericho, he has done it. He has just pinned the WWE Champion. That is huge. Heading in towards The Rock's championship match at Night of Champions, which is official. But Jericho may have just thrown a spanner in the works. Will we see him cash in? Let me know in the comments section down below. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us again for today's edition of Universe Mode. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a like. You have to subscribe as well to see more episodes coming up real soon. Have a great day. Check out the website. Thanks, guys. Until next time, peace.